Hi, this is Brisbane Electricians Network bringing you the top 10 tips for electrical safety in the home. When not properly harnessed or controlled, electrical energy can result in serious injury or property damage. It's therefore important to protect yourself and your family from common electrical risks around the home. By taking the relevant precautions and following the simple tips below, you can help reduce the risk of death or injury from electricity in your home. Tip number 1. Pay attention to your everyday appliances. Before using an electrical appliance for the first time, ensure that you have read and followed all the instructions for safe use. Turn off power points before plugging and unplugging appliances. Switch off power points when you are not using the appliance, and always unplug the appliance by pulling out the plug, not by tugging on the cord. Keep all appliances clean and in good repair, and never use an appliance that has a damaged or frayed cord, or a cracked or broken plug, or trips a fuse. 2. Don't mix electricity and water. Water and electricity do not mix, so take extra precautions when using appliances near sinks, baths, or swimming pools. Don't leave any electrical appliance in a position where it could easily fall or be knocked into a body of water, and switch all appliances off at the socket and unplug after use. Never touch an electrical appliance, cord or socket with wet hands or bare feet. Don't use an extension cord or power cord in a wet area unless it has been specifically designed for that type of use. 3. Take care with extension cords and power boards. Extension cords should only be used as a temporary measure. Before use, check the cord and plug for damage and discard if it shows signs of any damage. Lay extension cords with care. Don't place under carpet or rugs as they could overheat. Don't drape over benches or chairs where they could get caught or get pulled, and if the cord is being used in a high traffic area, tape it to the floor to secure it to prevent tripping. Don't overload power points by piggybacking plugs into one socket, using double adapters, or connecting one power board to another power board. High voltage appliances such as heaters should not be plugged into power boards, as they may overheat or overload the circuit and cause a fire hazard. 4. Always use a licensed electrician. It's vitally important that only a licensed electrician undertake electrical work. Never try to repair appliances, power points or cords yourself. Not only is it dangerous, it's also illegal for an unlicensed person to undertake electrical repairs. If you have to work close to electrical wiring, don't use metal ladders, scaffolding or trestles. Take care when nailing or otherwise fixing metal roofing and tile battens, and beware of contact with electrical cables. 5. Be aware of power lines and underground power. Always be aware of your surroundings. Keep ladders and poles away from overhead power lines. Regularly trim trees to prevent them from coming into contact with power lines, and pay attention during extreme temperatures and storms, as power lines can sag in hot weather and sway during strong winds. Before undertaking any underground work, make sure that the area is clear and safe. Call Dial Before You Dig on 1100 during business hours. They can let you know if there's any underground power lines there and if it's safe to dig. Tip number 6. Protect against spikes and surges. Spikes and surges in electricity are unpredictable and are caused by events such as storms, strong winds, lightning, trees touching overhead power lines, bushfires, vehicle collisions with power poles, and vandalism. When an electrical charge surges or spikes, it can damage sensitive components of televisions, computers, air conditioners, home entertainment equipment, and microwaves. Protect against spikes and surges by unplugging electrical appliances when they're not in use and fitting them with a protective device. 7. Use safeguards. Use a surge protector to prevent damage to your sensitive appliances. There are 3 types of surge protectors: surge diverters and protectors, which provide basic protection and must be installed by a licensed electrician. PowerPoint projectors, which provide protection to specific PowerPoints and must be installed by a licensed electrician, and portal protectors, which you can plug in yourself to protect individual appliances. Safety switches are required by law in all new houses. They monitor the flow of electricity in a circuit to detect problems that may pose a safety risk, turning the power off within 0.03 seconds upon detection. Test the switch every 3 months and have it checked by a licensed electrician if it fails. Tip number 8. Talk to children about electrical safety. It's important to teach children about electrical safety, and the best way to teach them is to lead by example. Give children a set of simple but important electrical safety rules to follow. Never poke sharp or metal objects into toasters or power points. Never touch or use an electrical appliance without a parental supervision. Never touch electrical appliances with wet hands or feet. And never climb a fence or tree near overhead power lines. Tip number 9. Report electrical accidents and emergencies. Under law, you must report any electrical accident or emergency where medical treatment is required. Contact your state's relevant electrical supplier and provide details of the situation so they can take further action if required. If you are renting a house, report potential hazards and electrical problems to your landlord or property manager. They have a legal obligation to ensure all electrical installations and fittings within the property are safe. 10. Learn first aid. Learning first aid through a nationally recognised training provider can save lives. If you witness an electrical shock, call 000. Check for danger to yourself and bystanders, and do not approach the patient until the area is clear and the power supply has been switched off. Apply first aid to the patient once they are no longer in contact with the electrical current. Wash and cool electrical burns under cold running water for 20 minutes, then cover with a clean, non-adhesive dressing and seek further medical assistance. Never attempt to rescue a person where a high voltage electrical current is involved. Thanks, and that's the end of our top 10 tips from Brisbane Electricians Network. Thanks.